Let's play! Whoa!
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to Let's Play Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. Last time we left off, we were finally able to enter the towering pagoda, and now we are climbing it ever so slowly. I literally just started, not, in the last episode, the end of it, but we're going to be climbing it, and hopefully we're going to confront evil Layton, even though I have an inkling that the Layton that's with us right now isn't who we think it is, just because, like when you play games like this and there's like ellipses and they're just looking at you, it's like, okay, something seems up. Excuse me. Anyway, we're at the pagoda staircase. There are 3 more hint coins, just like Max pointed out there, right there to the left. I don't know what's there on the shelf, whatever. One of the steps in the middle, there we are. And it looks like there's a clock right in the back there. There you go. Now we can simply continue up. What a gloomy place! You think so? I actually like how there are dragons everywhere. I mean, it's everybody's aesthetic, everybody likes something. Where are we at here? We got a... Why the hell is my throat being all stupid? We got Hank going to the left pillar there, kind of like where the gold rimming is. There we are. We got one right in the middle balcony, like right in the middle of the screen, kinda. And then the window in the top right. Okay. Just curious, where are we at in terms of hint coins? 233. There, we got Layton decked out in his crown as usual. If I'm not mistaken, there are 300 hint coins in this game, so we're making really good progress. Have I really played the game for 14 and a half hours? That doesn't seem correct, but maybe. Had to take some water there. Alrighty. Well, look who's blocking our path. So, you're the scout who bullied my poor underling. That's gonna cost you, lad. Look who went crying to his boss. I've never seen such bravery. Quiet, you! What was I supposed to do back there? I was outnumbered! There, I understand. You're a small fellow, and you knew you had no chance of stopping us. So, you got your big lug of a boss to do the dirty work for you. Here, sling all the insults you like, boy. Believe you me, if the boss allowed violence in a pagoda, I'd have pounded you one already. Since I can't do that, I'll sock it to you with a vicious puzzle. Would you like me to take care of this one, Luke? Don't trouble yourself with this riffraff, Professor. I can handle whatever he's dishing out. So, interestingly, evil Layton doesn't like violence in the pagoda. Cave cover-up. A couple rapscallions have hidden some stolen goods in a cave. To protect their stash, they're planning to seal off the entrance with some wood. To do so, they need to cut the board shown below into 2 equal pieces. Where should the thieves make their cut? Draw the answer with your stylus. So, they're not straight up telling us, I guess, like what shape it's gonna be. Or like, it's not gonna be like a 3x3, whatever. I don't think we can even do that logically with what we got going on here. Now, typically, whenever they give us shapes like this, there's always gonna be some weird, like, protruding factor to it. And, now that I say that out loud, I think I may have actually gotten it, surprisingly. Because when I say, like, protruding factor, I'm kind of like, you see how we have, like, how do I explain it? Kind of like, you're gonna have, like, at least a piece kind of gone, right? So, but that's not gonna work. But I think if we do this, 2, 2, 3, right? Yeah. That should work. Now, how the hell do I make that cut? I think... Yeah, if we rotate the top right, the top right piece counterclockwise, yeah, 2, 2, 3. Yep, that's it.
Allow me to present my solution.
Okay, not terrible.
Puzzling? I think not.
Nice cut. You're exactly right. To seal the cave, the thieves flipped one of the pieces upright as shown above. Yeah, but they did a really crappy job sealing it, but okay. It's not really going to stop anybody who's determined enough. So much for that puzzle. Now what will you do?
You're lucky the boss doesn't let me rough up people in here. But you can't stay here forever. And when I see you on the outside, you best watch your back.
Yeah, what he said. They're all bark and no bite. Come on, everyone. We got places to be. Alright, then let's continue on. Now we're in the Room of Mirrors. Now, like Max saw up there, he found one hit coin up there. And the other two are going to be on the left-hand side. One's going to be like around that mirror on the left. And one's going to be like on the reflection of it on the bottom. That was kind of clever. This whole room is covered in mirrors. Strange, isn't it? It's very disorienting. It's hard to hear which way we should head. It seems as if we hit a dead end. How do you think we should proceed, Big Luke? Maybe there's a hidden panel on one of these walls that we have to press to open a door in here. Close, but not quite. If my guess is correct, the door out of here is hidden in the dark over there. But we can't just rush headlong into the dark. There's no telling what traps could be set there. Ah, now I see what you're getting at. Are you saying that this room's a puzzle, Professor? That's right, Luke. And I'm about to solve our way out of here. I already have a feeling I know what they're going to be doing here. Because this reminds me of... Was it Resident Evil 5? I think it was 5. I played that one way too much. But it's been like now like a year since I played. I think there was a couple puzzles in that game that revolved around redirecting light using various mirrors in a room. Now, granted, it was a Resident Evil game, so like the puzzle wasn't like insane. But just based on context here, it seems like that's what's going to be going on. The Mirror Maze. 16 circular rooms are arranged in a square below. A beam of light shines in a straight line from each of the 4 letters A, B, C, D. And exits through each of the 4 yellow arrows. 2-sided mirrors in 4 of the rooms reflect the beams. Each beam passes through the number of doors listed below its letter. Identify which 4 rooms contain mirrors and the direction each mirror faces by tapping the rooms. So yeah, kind of like what I was mentioning here. So... Okay. So there's 16, so 4 by 4. I don't know if that matters. A beam of light. 2-sided mirrors. Each beam passes through the number of rooms listed below its letter. So, for example, A, right? We can't simply just go because that's only passing through 3 rooms. And you can only reflect it to the right or to the left. So, to kind of do this, I imagine we need to... Oh, crap. How can I get it to reflect back? Well, it doesn't have to. See, I was making the assumption that it had to go here. However, if I do this, that's 5. So we may have inadvertently solved 5. Or A. B, I think we need to simply just do that, because that is going to do do-do-do-do-do. There's 4. C is also 4. Now you imagine like, oh, we'll just go straight. But... I'm thinking about D, because that needs freaking 8 rooms it needs to get cut across. Let's see. How the hell is this one gonna be? Because the only arrows we have left are the ones on the top, right? The top right. Well, the top and the top right. I really would like to say that, I mean, if it's easy enough, have C do that. Just don't even bother with it. But now we got redirect D in some capacity to up here. Now I don't want to bother the lights here, so if I go 1, 2, 3, maybe place a mirror here. Like so. Now it's actually going to hit this one over here, so now... So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... And we got directed here. 6, 7, 8. Okay. That should be it. Alright. That was pretty cool.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
There you go.
Well, that's settled.
I can imagine that's going to be one that's going to be expanded upon in, like, the bonus puzzles. Like, just have, like, a 30 by 30 room or something like that. Okay, then, let's press on. It seems my theory was right on the money. This way, everyone. Alright. Nope. Let's go. Now we're in the staircase landing. Max has found another hint coin right here by the windowsill. There's also going to be one on the light fixture on top, and also on the shrubbery there to the left. Okay. I don't think there's actually anything else here. You imagine there's something with the clock, but look at this rugged old clock. Luke, it must be an antique. Alright, let's continue up. So many hint coins because there's a new area.
Professor, I think this may be the top floor. We must be close now.
Well, Dragon Bridge. Oh, this looks like it's gonna be a puzzle. Is that a freaking, like, Mario-esque spike ball there in the middle? What type of place is Alrighty, then. We do have three other hint coins. We got one in the bottom left square. That black square there in the middle. Or bottom left, I should say. We got one in the pillar on the right, the base of it. And also the big gong there on the right. Okay. Now, speaking of that spiked ball... The future professor's quarters are most likely on the other side of that door.
But how are we supposed to make it over that huge gap? Does anyone else think this floor looks like a giant slide puzzle?
Oh no! An astute observation. It seems the foundation under our feet is yet another puzzle for us to solve.
The future Layton sure has a flair for the dramatic.
That does seem to be the case. Now to get started in this puzzle. Ah, the Dragon Bridge. 60 Picarats. Yay! Okay, the bridge is out. If you don't find a way across this room, you'll be unable to continue on. Can you figure out how to put the 4 pieces of the Dragon Bridge back together? You can't walk through the spiked ball, so you'll need to deal with that too. Like move it? Okay, it actually can move. Okay. So... Might be getting ahead of myself. Oh, hold on. I'm so damn close. The damn spiked ball, though, is gonna piss me off. There you go.
I've got a good feeling about this
Yeah,
one.
guys, I think my sliding puzzle skills have gotten a lot
Few
better.
things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
I am very proud of myself. I'm gonna keep saying that, but I'm gonna jinx it later on, but... Okay, you did it! The future Layton is just on the other side of the Dragon Bridge. Alright, guys. I'm scared. There. It's safe to cross now, everyone. Boy, how the hell did they... Allow me to be a little just... Well, I'm gonna ask anyway. How the hell did they move everything? And how did they move the spike ball? Like, was there like some type of mechanism? Like, Anyway, let's go to the door. All right, stand back. I'm going to open the door. Be careful! Who knows what the future Professor Layton has planned for us?
Excuse me, you there!
Welcome, Herschel Layton.
I demand an explanation.
Really quick, let me just put my theory out there. That sounds a lot like Dr. Sandgun. Because that sounded a lot like Liam O'Brien, who I mistakenly thought was Cam Clark. Just saying, that's what my theory is.
Are you really Professor Layton?
Yes, of course. Don't you recognize your old friend?
I don't know. Something about you seems off.
Surely you recognize yourself, Herschel. Misfortune, our fortune, is a result of your ambition and genius.
What is it, Professor?
You've put on quite a show, but it's clear to me that you're nothing but a charlatan.
Oh, is that so?
Professor, what tipped you off?
Yes, what indeed? I'm all ears.
Well, first off, it doesn't even sound like him. And why would he change his top hat? He loves that hat. That scarf, I'm not sure if it works for him. You, sir, are a fraud, and I intend to expose you for the impostor you are. Fascinating. Do continue. Luke, would you like to be so kind as to solve a quick puzzle for me? Right now, Professor. But aren't we kind of in the middle of something? No, damn it, do it! Looking up. A pile of bricks has been carefully stacked. The image below is a view from the side. The perspective is also rotated in an unknown direction. Gravity is acting on the block, so any block not touching the ground or a block below it will fall. When you're looking at the blocks from the correct angle, which direction, A, B, C, or D, is up? Huh. This is a quick puzzle for 30 pikrats, and I'm like very confused about this. It's a view from the side. Okay. Perspective is also rotated in an unknown direction. Gravity is acting on a block, so any block not touching the ground or a block below it will fall. Not touching the ground. When you're looking at the blocks from the correct angle, which direction A, B, C, D is up? What block? Well, from this, just looking at this, the only block I can imagine is going to fall in any capacity. Well, not any capacity, but this one right here. If A was pointing up, that that's gonna fall down. And I imagine that'd be the only one falling down, I guess. If B was right, was the pointing up, then this one would fall, I guess. But that would also cause this one to fall. Now if it was... Actually, I just realized too, this little one here too. If it was C... I'm literally like cocking my head to get this, like, these would fall. Well, that might be it. Well, I'm still getting a little bit confused when they say when it's not touching the ground. Gravity is acting on the block, so any block not touching the ground or a block below it will fall. Are they trying to say, like, which one makes sense to, like, support all this? Because in that case, like, A wouldn't work because this blue one, you're going to get these supporting it, maybe even this little green one, but this blue one I doubt is going to fully support it. Can we say the same about B? Yeah, because, like, that's just gonna fall to it, yeah. If we do C... Well, that might be okay-ish. The only block that's gonna fall is, like, this one, and then, like I said, these sides here. D, on the other hand... Wait. Is D... Is anything gonna happen if I switch it over to D? Yeah, wait, nothing falls if I switch this over to D. Maybe that's what they're asking for. I think I've been just kind of looking at this all weird. Like, I'm like, what does it matter if gravity's acting on it? Like, oh, it's gonna fall. Yeah. If you're looking at the blocks from the correct angle, which direction? They're stating, yeah, see, I was thinking about this all stupid. Yeah, I was incorporating, yeah, these blocks are gonna fall, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but it's asking you right here, right now, the way that this puzzle is situated now, which direction is up. That's D. It's a very simple puzzle. I was just way overthinking it.
Here's my answer.
Okay.
Phew, that's a relief.
Yeah, it is. D is indeed up. When you look carefully at the stack from each angle, you can see which blocks would be pulled down by gravity. With the exception of D at the top, all the other positions would have falling blocks. Yeah, I don't know why I think, like, oh, is it a matter of supporting it? Is it a matter of, like, you know, if they go in place properly? No, you idiot. Just how it is now. Ugh. Yes, the boy's quite bright. We all know that, but what does that have to do with anything? I'm getting there. But first, the question. I have a pen in my pocket that's either red or blue. Which is it? What a terribly uncharacteristic query for you to make. There's no logic for me to work through. I'm not a mind reader, and I refuse to guess blindly. How can I solve your puzzle without a single hint? So, in other words, you have no idea what color the pen in my pocket is. Of course not. That's funny. Oh? Luke, what would happen if you removed the bottom row of blocks from that structure I showed you?
The
rest of the blocks would fall down, I suppose.
That's right. Those blocks in the middle of the structure don't float in midair. Only by resting on the blocks beneath can those blocks stay elevated. If you were really me, you would have lived through this very moment before. Therefore, you should know exactly what color the pen in my pocket is. Given your answer, I can only assume your memory of that crucial event has vanished. But remember those blocks. Each sits on top of the next. When you remove one, everything on top of it comes tumbling down.
It all makes sense now.
So, out with it already. What color is the pen in your pocket? There was never any pen in my to begin with.
I had a feeling you were behind this, Dr. Stun Gun. Or, should I say, Dimitri Allen?
An impressive deduction. Does anything ever get past you, Herschel?
I mean, are we at all surprised about that? Like, and even about Dr. Stangun apparently being the mastermind behind all this, seemingly. I mean, he seemed evil from the very beginning. Even, like, when the big boom happened, he just stood there, wasn't surprised with the explosion happening, so it's like, It's kind of like a Scooby-Doo cartoon, you know, whenever you see the new person being there, it's like, oh, it's them. It's kind of what I figured here. But we supposedly solved Future Layton and Dr. Sangun. The Future Layton turns out to be Dimitri Allen, the famous scientist renowned for his research into time travel technology. Dr. Sangun is really Dimitri Allen, one of the scientists involved in a time machine explosion 10 years ago. Alright.
Hats off to you, Herschel.
So you're the one who's been kidnapping scientists under my name. But why?
Have you ever tried to build a time machine by yourself? It's a Herculean task. And by pinning the blame on you, I could disguise myself as one of the poor scientists who vanished. Conveniently, that also provided an excellent way to lure you here. After all, the virtuous Herschel Layton would never stand by as someone sullied his good name. Sure enough, you came running. And faster than expected at that.
You're a real lowlife, you know that?
So why me? You could have chosen anyone to be the scapegoat.
Oh no, it had to be you. You see, you play a critical part in the completion of my time machine. Or rather, your memories do.
What are you saying?
The best part is that I've already got what I need from you.
Of course. So that strange device.
Finally catching on, eh? Those glasses you put on were a cognitive capture unit of my own design. In layman's terms, a memory recorder.
But what use could you possibly have for my memories?
Why, they provide me with data, of course. Your memories contain all the information I need to recreate that fateful day's experiment.
Which day?
The day I lost everything that mattered to me.
I still don't understand what you're getting at.
I'd imagine you know quite a bit about loss yourself, Herschel. Think, man. I'm talking about Claire.
Claire.
As you know, time travel is based on movement through wormholes. One end of the wormhole is anchored in the present. But every wormhole also needs a point of origin. Both you and Bill had substantial interactions with Claire on the day of the accident. Using your memories of those interactions, I will triangulate the point right before her death. Of course, finding a wormhole's point of origin is no easy task. If my calculations were even the slightest bit off, I could be trapped forever.
Then why take the risk? What do you stand to gain?
Everything. You see, like you, Herschel, I loved Claire.
So you intend to travel back through time and save her?
Surely you wouldn't stop me. After all, haven't you wished for this yourself?
Nothing can excuse the kidnapping of all those scientists. Not even this, Dimitri.
You disappoint me. I had hoped a rational man like yourself would understand that the ends justify the means.
I don't see it that way.
Then what's your next move? Turn me into the police? I'd like to see you try.
Wow. Okay, I'm really enjoying this story. I have been, but... So, he is still straight up trying to do some time travel here. Shouldn't we be talking more about this whole cognitive recording device? Like a freaking memory recorder? That alone is a huge... Like, what? But, okay. So he wants to save Claire. Apparently everybody loved Claire. We'll see how this is gonna go. You're mistaken in thinking I came here to report you to the authorities. I came here to kick your ass. I'm here to put an end to the schemes of the man who dragged my good name through the dirt. Ha! That's a lovely sentiment, Herschel. But you seem to have forgotten one key detail. The Towering Pagoda is my stronghold. That means you're on my turf. I have more than enough men here to overpower you. Look here. This 18th century relief illustrates our situation perfectly. It displays two warring factions of 5 troops. The stars indicate the strength of each troop. Your side is more or less accurately represented by the red and mine by the gray. It should be fairly clear to you who the victor will be.
The Grayscale has more powerful troops. There's no way Red could win.
Exactly. Your apprentice has a good head on his shoulders, Herschel. Personally, I think it's a bit premature to praise him in this case, Dimitri. Damn, he's saying, Luke, shut up, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. From what I can see, our troops wouldn't lose the fights, provided the battles fought one by one, one-on-one. It sounds to me like you simply don't wish to admit defeat. If you believe it possible, then prove it. Each troop will engage one troop from the other side in one-to-one combat. Pair each of the red troops against one of the opposing gray forces. Your troops are marked with an icon of Professor Layton. The strength of each troop is represented by a number of stars on its banner. Arrange your forces so that the red side avoids defeat. When you're ready to submit your answer, tap OK. Okay. Well... They definitely have more. Now, let me see. Can I add onto it? I can't. So I think that's the... The trick here is that we need to win a more battle. We're gonna lose some of these. But if we pit more, like, a lot of our stuff against the others, is it gonna tie or is it gonna... Like, for example, I can do this, and I'll win against the 4 against 3. Same thing over here. Now, we'll tie at the very bottom. Yeah, we'll lose the top 2, but we'll win the middle 2. I don't know if that is the, if you want to say, rationale behind this, because I just can't really see any other way we could possibly come out winning. I thought initially, oh, we just need to add a troop to an existing troop, but we can't do that. So, this is the only thing I can think of. There. Each side wins 2 fights, loses 2 fights, and ties at 1. It's a perfect draw.
Of course! What the red side lacks in strength of his troops, they can make up with strategy.
Your logic has impressed me once again.
Very nicely done, Herschel.
Give it up, Dimitri!
Give it up? Oh, no. I'm just getting started.
Who is that?
Bill Hawks.
As you can see, my hostage here is something of a big shot. So I wouldn't try anything funny if I were you.
You're a monster!
Oh no!
How the hell did he have that design thinking that they were going to stand right there in that spot?
Whatever. I mean, I'm sure, like, oh, logically, if they enter a room and, they don't want to get closer to me, whatever, but, anyway. And the whole thing about Bill Hawks being their prime minister, I think I mentioned this at the very beginning of the game where kind of like Stongun Dimitri Allen was kind of goading him into participating in that time machine because he's like something about like, oh, well, I know you kind of traded in the harder sciences for like the softer side. I'm like, traded in? I was like, what? Does Bill have a history of in the science field? And he mentioned Bill literally, the whole thing about saving Claire, like you and Bill, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, okay. So yeah, here's the missing leader. Prime Minister Bill Hawks, who was unaccounted for after a time machine accident, is discovered by Professor Layton in future London. Abducted by Dimitri, the Prime Minister is now being held prisoner. Will the heroes be able to rescue him? Find out. No, we still got some time.
Oh no! We're trapped!
I hate to disappoint you, but it seems you've failed to ensnare the genuine article.
Professor? How'd you get there?
Just what is going on here? Why are there 2 of you?
Which one is the real professor?
What? Don Paolo?
If he's in here,
Then where's the real professor?
this is getting far too complicated.
Yeah, what's going on?
Take note, Luke. A true gentleman never plays his ace in the hole until absolutely necessary.
Hey, Layton, here's an idea for you. Why don't you quit it with the lectures and get me out of here?
Help us, Professor!
Be patient, Luke. I just need to find a way past this lock.
We couldn't go a whole game without our good friend Don Pablo. Oh my god. Okay. So I was right about the whole thing about, like, hey, that really wasn't Layton. And I think future Luke caught on with that. What I wasn't expecting, though, it was somehow to be Don Pablo. Like, it should have made sense, but they were cooperating. Okay. Well, this is interesting. The right button. The cell door will open if you simply press the right button. Here's how to find it. Think of the buttons as squares on a grid. Okay. From wherever you start, move one square to another in a direction dictated by each symbol. A star means go left, a moon means go right, the sun means go down, and a drop of water means go up. There's only one button you can start from and reach all the others by following the rules listed above. Push that button and tap submit. Okay. Well, is this gonna be like kind of like brute force? I mean, boom, boom. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, obviously that's not gonna work either. So, I'm sure there's better ways to do this. It's not the top row at all. It's obviously not gonna be that either. So it's not the top 2 rows. I go up, right? Yep. And see, now I'm gonna get stuck in that loop again. Okay. Where was I again? Oh. Nope, same thing. Nope, same thing. As soon as I go up there, it's just gonna go into that loop again. So it's not the top 3. Bum bum bum. I feel like I'm missing something here now. You know what? I don't think I can. I just thought about something. I think I'm mixing up the star and the sun ones. Because when I did the sun here, that almost did it. Technically, wait, shouldn't it be the star then? Because I start here, go to the sun, go down, and this goes all the way to the right with the water drop. Go up, left, right, up, left, down, and then this is where the loop happens again. So, it's this star. That should be it.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit confused. I'm like, oh,
just as I
was getting to the bottom. I'm like, no wait, the pattern keeps repeating now. I'm like, I gotta go back, but there you go. So just be careful. This isn't a hard puzzle at all. Just be careful as you're doing each one. Once you realize all the squares are leading to the same endpoint, the start is easy to figure out. Yeah, basically. It would seem the tables have turned on you, Dimitri. Given your penchant for logical thinking, I'd say you're deluded about the current situation. Look around you. In case you haven't noticed, you're deep within the family's headquarters. I need only say the word, and my men will come rushing to my aid. You underestimate me, I can't speak. You underestimate me, Dimitri. Do you think I'd be so naive as to set foot in your base without a plan of my own? Layton whips out a damn freaking it's machine gun coin slot thing. Meaning? This building is fascinating in its complexity. I saw plenty of spots where one might conceal a trap or the like. On my way here, I set up a few diversions of my own. Call for your henchmen if you like. I imagine most of them will have their hands full for at least a few more minutes. Clever, Herschel. Very clever.
Come on, boss, we gotta run!
It seems I must concede defeat today, but this is far from over. I look forward to seeing you when our paths cross next.
The much faster than I imagined. There's no chance of us catching them. Oh no. What's wrong? Dimitri and his men managed to abscond with the Prime Minister in the midst of all this commotion.
Well, maybe you guys didn't just stand around. Maybe that'd be fine.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Dimitri's activating an alarm. Family members are from the area are going to flood this place before long.
There's a distinct possibility that we may have to fight our way out of the towering pagoda.
But didn't you take care of Dimitri's henchmen on the way in, Professor?
Not quite, I'm afraid. What few diversions I managed to set up will only buy us a few more minutes. I wasn't lying about that. The path that we took on the way in is most likely swarming with family thugs now. Our only hope is to find some sort of an emergency escape route. Dimitri is a prudent man. He may have hidden one in this room somewhere. We must search this place thoroughly. Alright, but first, we got hint coins here. The boss's room. We got hint coin in the bottom left. We got a hint coin in the top right window panel. And we also have one on the bottom right. I don't know what stool, I don't know what the hell that is in the bottom right. There is also a hidden one on the curtain on the top left. There you go, just gotta keep clicking on it. Oh.
Ah, there's a trapdoor here.
I'm glad my hunch was right. This is our ticket out of here.
Oof, the stairwell's awfully narrow, but there's more than one path. Which way do we go, Layton?
Look, there's a map here that charts out the network of channels below us.
Crap, I may have inadvertently... Shoot. There was another puzzle in here, and I may have missed it. Can I exit out of this?
Look, there's a map here that charts out the network of channels below us.
Let me see. My, this is a bit of a tangled mess, isn't it? Crap, crap, crap. Hold on. Blind escape. Can I please exit? I can... If I quit... Do I quit the game? Or do I quit... Yeah, I'll solve it later. Strange. Oh, sure, I'd find a way through. I had to try again. Okay, there's actually a puzzle up here. Yeah, there it is. It's a hidden puzzle with this clock. Woo! Well, in luck. We found a hidden puzzle. I was really worried about that. A difference of 39. 15 Picarats. Oh. Touching the squares on the scoreboard below will turn them from white to green. Both sides currently display 58. But Luke and Professor Layton are planning to each touch one square and create two different numbers. The difference between the two numbers will be 39. What will be those numbers? And of course, I can't touch anything. So what, they're gonna touch one each? Well, and the difference between them is going to be 39. Well, there's a couple ways we can kind of do this. We can easily turn this 5 either into a 6 or a 9. I'm kind of thinking we want to keep it as make it a 98, and then... Ooh. Problem is, though, they're planning on touching one square. Wait. Yeah. Both sides currently, but Luke and Professor Layton are planning to each touch one square and create two different numbers. So what can I turn the right side into? Because I was thinking, like, can I turn it into, like, a... Well, wait a minute. No, I can use the same logic. Because we can't have, like... It can't be a 5th, like an 8. We have to get a 39 in there, right? So that 8 needs to turn into a 9, just kind of like what we did with 5 there. Instead of adding something, we're going to remove this. So for whatever reason, I was thinking like 9 shouldn't have these two here, but it's like, wait a minute, I didn't do that here to the left. So 98 minus 59, right? Is 39. So we got it. It's going to be 98 and 59. 98. 59. Alright.
How about this?
Surprised it was only 15. I mean,
Phew, that's a relief.
it wasn't hard, but it's like, it seems low compared to everything else we've been doing, but okay. Correct. One side will be 98 and the other will be 59. There's nothing like the sense of accomplishment than finishing a good puzzle brings. I didn't read that right. Whatever. Now we'll go back to this puzzle. We need to plan a route for our escape before we head down. A blind escape. In the dark maze of tunnels below, you can't turn unless you hit a wall. Following this rule, you need to reach the goal without taking the same path twice or running into any dead ends. Okay. Which route should you take? Draw a line to plan your escape. So... do we... we can't turn unless you hit a wall. Can I... oh, let's start like this here first. Because I'm thinking, like, can we start anywhere? Or, like, do we have to go straight? But if we just do this... well, I can't turn left. Okay, that's not gonna work. Yeah, that's not gonna work at all. Boom, 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 dude. Well... if I go to the bottom, I'm gonna simply repeat what I just did. So that's not gonna work. And I don't... yeah, this is not gonna work either. Okay. So with that being said... boom... boom, 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 doop, 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 doop. Okay. That works. Oh, shit. It's fine. I was like, oh, I could use the memo to actually draw it. It's fine. Now, yeah, let's not have an issue like I did before with the car puzzle with Barton. Make sure you're on the actual thing here.
Let's see if I've got this right.
Yay.
Well, that's settled.
You found the way out. The passages below are too narrow for all of us to move through at the same time. If we wish to get out of here quickly, we'll need to split into 2 groups. I don't like it, but it seems we've no choice. Now, who should I take with me?
You always get to be the gentleman. This time, let me escort the young lady.
You? No, hell no. After what you did? No. Sorry, but I'd prefer your coming with me, Don Paulo. Very well, then. Thor and I will break off. Luke, you go with the professor and help him keep an eye on Don Paulo.
Little Luke, trade with me. I want to be in the professor's group.
Well, we'll see each other soon enough. Go with Big Luke, and we'll meet back up at the hotel. All right, our groups are set. Let's get moving. Ouch! What'd I just run into?
Let me guess, a wall?
Let me feel. This might actually be a door.
Oh, yeah, it is. There's a handle here.
You!
Great! Now where are we?
We're at the bottom of an emergency stairwell. There should be a way out of the building here somewhere. All right, emergency stairs. 3 hint coins here. We got one in the top left. What is that? Looks like a fan, but not. I don't know. In other words, right here. Then the bottom right, the kind of left side of the looks like a barrel garbage can, and then to the top right of the box right there. Okay. Well, yeah. Frankly, that really is all there is here. So, bye. This door should take us outside. No puzzle or anything.
Well, look at that! We made it out!
The family is bound to have men in the vicinity. We need to put some distance between us and the pagoda. Alright, let's get the hell out.
I still don't understand why Don Paolo's here. Can someone please explain that to me?
Always with the questions. Won't you put a lid on it for a few minutes, you brat?
I most certainly will not.
Honestly, you two, would you please stop bickering? You're on the same side.
And while I'm getting things off my chest, why the heck did I have to play the decoy who gets caught?
Come now, Paul. It wasn't that bad. Your role was certainly the more exciting one.
Professor, you still haven't explained what happened back there.
I knew we'd be monitored from the moment we stepped foot inside the pagoda. So I wanted to make sure we had at least one trick up our collective sleeve. Don Paolo, master of deception and disguise, seemed like the perfect man to employ for the task.
You two are friends? That's the first I've heard of this.
Ha! Don't get it confused, kid. I'm no friend of his. We both want answers to the same questions. So we decided to work together. That's all.
When did this start?
Tell me, Luke, when we visited Dr. Schrader, did anything he said strike you as strange?
No, not really.
It was his greeting that made me suspicious.
Huh?
Who's that? Oh, it's you, Herschel. And little Luke.
Sure, I remember it. But what of it?
He didn't seem terribly surprised to see little Luke, did he?
Oh, of course. In the future, I'm not a kid anymore. But the doctor didn't even notice.
Precisely.
That means Dr. Schrader was...
Don Paolo in disguise, yes.
So you knew he was a fake before he even said 4 sentences. Wow, you're good, Professor.
That planted the seed of doubt, though I didn't confirm my suspicion until much later.
Did Don Paolo pose as anyone else?
Yes, he did a bit of spying on us as Dean Del Mona when we met him last. From the moment I laid eyes on him, it was obvious we were dealing with an imposter.
Amazing! How did you know?
His white hair gave it away.
But white hair seems perfectly natural on a man his age.
Not if he wears a wig. He let me in on his secret some time ago. He's been bald for ages. Don Paolo mistakenly selected a white wig to show how much Dean Del Mona had aged.
Wow, nice work there, Professor.
Shortly after that, I confronted Don Paolo and had him tell me everything. It seems Dimitri had been paying him quite handsomely to make sure we headed toward the pagoda. I filled Don Paolo in on all the strange happenings we've witnessed here, and then I requested his assistance in solving this mystery.
Well, that all makes sense, I suppose. But the part I still don't get is why Don Paolo decided he wanted to help us. After all, this is the fellow who tried to run us over with a Ferris wheel.
That's none of your business, brat.
Hey, call me a brat again and just see what happens.
It was Claire, Luke. It all had to do with Claire.
The woman Dimitri was talking about?
Claire was my girlfriend back when I was just starting my academic career. She was a researcher who worked in the same laboratory as Dimitri.
Oh no, so she...
Yes. The last time I saw her, she was on her way to the lab the day of that massive explosion. The oddest thing is that the accident received very little media coverage. It's clear someone with a lot of influence was suppressing information about the incident. I did everything I could to research the matter on my own. My efforts were largely fruitless.
I had no idea.
It's likely that Dmitri feels he is to blame for Claire's death. His obsession with going back in time seems like a twisted version of atonement.
What a terribly sad story. But what does it have to do with Don Paolo?
Well, Luke, as it turns out, Dmitri and I weren't the only ones with strong feelings for Claire.
No way! You mean...
What? Don't act so surprised. I have feelings too, you know.
Thanks for meeting me on such short notice, Herschel.
Oh, no. It's my pleasure.
Here, this is for you.
What is it?
A letter, of course. Read it at home.
Why don't you just tell me what it says? I'm right here, after all.
My, you're making this quite difficult. What I want to say is, well, in short, this.
Layton! You! You will pay for this someday!
What was that?
Huh?
Layton has been my arch nemesis ever since that fateful day.
I see.
Yes, though it's worth mentioning that I had no inkling of Paul's crush until he told me himself. He was in the year above me at university. Imagine my surprise when I learned that Don Paolo was none other than my old classmate, Paul.
I had no idea you'd been through so much. Sorry for being so mean to you, Paul.
Ugh. Spare me your sappy sympathy. And my name is Don Paolo.
Anyway, you put on quite the performance, Don Paolo. With you distracting Dmitri, I had just enough time to do some sleuthing in the area.
So that's what you were up to while we were climbing the pagoda. Did you find anything?
Yes, but I need to confirm a few facts before I can connect all the dots.
Then it sounds like that should be our next move. Where to, Professor?
Oh, ho, ho. I'll let you ponder that for yourself. But first, we should head back to the hotel. Flora and the other Luke are waiting for us there.
I was not expecting all that exposition, and I can't believe that that is the reasoning for his rivalry, Layton. It's a woman. Okay. Dude, I get it. People can have crushes, but 100% understandable. Don't be a creep about it, though. You know, you clearly saw that she was with someone else, had affection towards them, and you're creeping behind a damn tree. Yeah, dude, like, that's, why did you think that was gonna be attractive? And then why the hell did you run headfirst into the whole thing with the water? I'm like, my mouth kind of dropped. I'm like, okay. So, wow. So, yeah, we had Dmitri loved her, Herschel loved her, Paul loved her, but, I mean, she only really had feelings for Layton, to our understanding, right? So, wow. Okay, yeah, that was quite a bit of lore there, and I'm happy to get all that. I was not expecting that to be the reason why he hates Layton so much ever since we met him in Curious Village, but okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is definitely going to be it for me today. That was a very engaging and jam-packed episode. But next time, we will delve into Chapter 10, Across the Times. And I really got to look up to see if I'm actually pronouncing that right. But either way, we will begin Chapter 10 and take things from there. I see a banana there in the bottom. That's how we're going to start the next episode. So, as usual, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time for Let's Play Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. Love you all so much, and don't forget to spread that love around. Have a great day, everybody.